What's up, guys? Today we're going to be running through what it's like to do the animal animation experience at Animal Kingdom. So we're going to go ahead, hop on over to that park, and then we can get started drawing. So let's go. Once inside the park, you want to head over to the train, and then that is going to take you over to Rafiki's Planet Watch. Boom, there he is right there. Be careful though, because the last train does leave at 4:30. So if you miss the train, you will miss out. Head over to the conservation station. There is the animation experience. Bunch of cute drawings around the place. When it's close to drawing time, you'll hear this.
In just 5 minutes, you're invited to explore the magic of Disney.
If you haven't already, now's the time. Go ahead and grab that drawing prompt and your little pencil. Then they lead you over to some seating. Today, we are going to be drawing Timon. I think the artists do a really great job at going at a pace that is suitable for everybody, whether you're artistically inclined or not. Another cool thing they do is they show you a video about what animal you are drawing that day and about animal conservation and just how you can help animals in general. We also did stick around to draw Bruce. I just really love sharks and, you know, why not draw another animal? So for our animal for the video, I thought we would draw Hank from Finding Dory. We kind of have to make our own little like sketched out version of the page that they give you. So let's go ahead and get started. To start off, you can just take your piece of paper, and what we're gonna do is go about a little more than half up the page, and we're going to make that tank line, and then that'll give us kind of a reference to work off of. Hi, real quick, editing Robin. As you can see, my nails look absolutely disgusting. There is a bunch of black under them, and that is because if you watched my other video, I dyed a white hoodie black, and I decided not to wear gloves, and it stained my fingernails for like 2 days. I just wanted to hop in here and tell you that. So, back to the video, guys. So just take your pencil, and it's gonna look like that. And then you'll just make another one below that, and then you can kind of gauge how thick or whatever you want your tank to be. I'm just gonna do about like that, and then that'll give us a reference to work off of. And then just below this line that you made, you're gonna make another line, and that's gonna be the back part of the tank. And then you're just gonna make this one a little bit smaller. And then what you're gonna do is we're gonna create like a little side piece for this fish tank that he's in. So all you're gonna do is you can take your ruler, and we're gonna line this up, and you're just gonna make a straight line down, and that's gonna act as the corner of the fish tank. Now we can make this line going to there. We're gonna take this, and this is actually gonna go, it's gonna hide a little bit up in here, but pretty much you're just gonna make a line like that. And then you're gonna go down to that one, line this up. And then you wanna go a little off the top so it gives that illusion of being a square. I know that they don't allow erasers, but for me, sometimes it's a little bit easier to like make a reference and then get rid of it. So just make sure you guys aren't pressing down too hard when you're doing these. And that's gonna give us the basis for our little top of the tank right here. Hank is a little off-centered in the picture that we're gonna be referencing. So what I would do, if it does help you, again, you don't really have this ruler, but they also give you the page. I would come about kind of where you made this line, put another little reference line, and then you're gonna come all the way almost over to this side and just roughly make another little small reference line right there. And this is gonna be the entire width of his body where like his tentacles and stuff are. So I would come almost halfway, I would say about right here, and you're just gonna make a loose shape like this. Just something to work off of. Doesn't have to be perfect. And you wanna make it so that it's kind of slanted. So if you need to go back now, you can kind of go like this. Go a little above that line. And kind of create something just like that. So what we'll start with is Hank's eyes, because they're gonna be a little bit big and they're gonna go outside of the lines a little bit. To your best knowledge, kind of using this, right, as a little bit of a guideline, You're gonna do your best job to make some pretty decent circles. Okay, and Hank's eyes are pretty close together, so don't be afraid to make these pretty big. So you're roughly gonna have something like that. If you need to go back and make some changes, that's fine, but come up here to this eyeball and you're gonna create his expression. So you're gonna make a little line like that, and then you're just gonna make like his little eyebrow marks. So one little loop like that, dip down a little bit, bring his little eyebrow back up, and then you can make a little line on this side. And that's gonna be the top of his eyebrows. And then what you can do is right where you made this line is where the back of his head or body is gonna come down. And it's literally just gonna come down just like a slant, just like this. And then you can kind of use the same thing. Now his eye goes a little bit further out on this side. So I would come underneath the eye just a little bit and then kind of wing this out a little bit. So also around Hank's eyes, he's got these like little bags. Come to the corner and you're gonna just droop this down and then come back up and connect it on this side. And it's just a tiny, tiny gap. And then what you're gonna do is you're gonna take this line, come up, and now there's a little bit of a square angled right here because you're kind of making those eyebrows like he's got this surprised expression. And you're just gonna follow your outline of your eyeball and just bring it around. And then this, you're gonna make a little bit darker under the top of his eye. You're gonna do the same thing that you did on this side. I'm gonna use the eye as my guide. And then you're gonna come down and do the same thing. You're gonna make like a really droopy eyelid on Hank. And come around. Okay, and then you're gonna follow super thin around the eye. Smooth that out. And then just follow that around. And this part above his eye is gonna be a little bit darker. Should have just stayed with my gut feeling and kept what I had. But I don't know if I've already mentioned it. I probably have. But they want to see how you got, like if you ever go for an animation job, they want to see your like mistake lines and how you kind of got to where you did when you are doing a drawing. So it's kind of good to leave that stuff in there because apparently they like to see that. And then you just kind of come back in and fix the eyes that you've done. I have a really bad habit of drawing a lot darker than I should. So if you're doing that, it's okay because I do that as well. Right by his eye is going to be his part where he breathes out of. So this is going to come down and then you're just going to make kind of like a little circle shape and then smooth out that line. I'm gonna smooth out some of these lines. This is what we have. So obviously we need to do the inside of Hank's eyes. So you're gonna go pretty much in the center and just put a smaller circle. Then you're gonna come over on this side and you're gonna do the same thing. This eye is a little bit closer to the middle than the other one. We're trying to give that illusion that he's kind of a little bit sideways. And then what you can do is we're gonna start getting into the bottom of the tank. You're gonna extend his body to, I would say, about the bottom of this. And kind of just follow that guideline, do the same thing on this side. And then what you wanna do is you're just kind of make like a half circle. And we're gonna use that to make his tentacles. So on this bottom part right here, I would say about the middle, a little more over than the middle, you're gonna come down and just connect a little line like that. And then come back to that same spot. And you're gonna make a line all the way up to the top of this tank. And you're gonna curve. So you're gonna go boom, just like that. And then you're gonna come down like this. Come back to this original line. Okay, you're gonna come up here. Right where this line, the top of it is, make a little tentacle line that comes out further. come around and bring it like this. Come to the bottom of that line, and you're gonna make a little half circle again. And then you're gonna come over here, and this is gonna be the very top. And you're gonna circle that around. Now, if you went too far above like I did, that's fine, you can just erase it. And this is gonna be Hank's first tentacle. So draw like a little circle. And come down here. There you go. And then if you need to like go back and get rid of some of these guidelines so you can see a little bit. Now right in the middle, kind of where you drew this first one, is where his other one is gonna come out of. And you're gonna kind of make like an S shape. So you're gonna bring this down, just like that, okay? And then go ahead, start a little bit thicker, and do the same thing and just follow that line. And then you're just gonna bring it up into like a letter C. Curve that line, and bring it back down. Then you're gonna come a little bit over here where you made this line, and we're kind of gonna, it's gonna come down a little bit further, okay? So you're almost gonna make another like half circle that connects to the top of the tank like this. And then you're gonna follow that same, about a little below this line, you're gonna come down and follow that. And then this is gonna come out of the top of the tank. So we're gonna curve this like this, like he's holding on to the top of this tank. Okay, and you're gonna follow that back. Now here's where the tentacle is gonna come on top, okay? So we're gonna take Hank's tentacle, and we're gonna go over the top like this, kind of creating another C shape. It's gonna be a little bit flat because it's resting on the top, okay? And then you're gonna use the top of this line, and you're gonna bring this line down and create the little swirl in his tentacle. All right. And then we want the tank to be showing, so we're gonna erase these so it gives that illusion that the tentacle is coming out of the back of the tank. And just erase the line inside of this tentacle, because that one is going to be in front. Now next to this tentacle, he's got another one that's like squiggling out of the top. So you're pretty much gonna come, extend this into the body a little bit, and then you're gonna have a little line that comes up, almost like a straight line, but it's gonna slant a little bit. And it's gonna come up just like that. And then you're gonna create almost like another little C, just like this. So almost like that slanted line, and connect it. And then really close, like right here, you're gonna create that other little line, and this is gonna be the front of his tentacle. And you're gonna kind of create almost like another S shape. And just kind of come down like this. And then follow that line. Now this tentacle flips over into the front and then back to the back again. What you're gonna do is take this back line, and you have this line that you created. You're gonna go like this in front and connect it. And then just make another little, now this, where you kind of did this front part of the tentacle, come back to where that point meets, and you're just gonna swirl like that and follow it around. You guys can see that a little bit better. And then right under here, you're gonna make that back front part of that tentacle. And then if you're having trouble kind of seeing everything that's going on, this is where you can go back and erase and really see where that tentacle is in the front. And then if you feel comfortable, you can go ahead and erase this front tank line. And like I said, you can go back and clean this up better. I usually do at the end, and then you can kind of go from there and make adjustments as needed. You know, like this tentacle kind of curves into his body a little bit, you know, his little top of his body comes down right here. So you know, we'll do more specifics like that in a second. So we're gonna add one more tentacle in this space right here. And all you're gonna do is you're gonna come somewhere about here and do like another backward C. Come to this tentacle, follow that same line. And then this one is gonna kind of like S shape again. So if you need to, you can kind of just draw an S shape like this. Doesn't have to be perfect. And you're just gonna follow the outline of that tentacle. It's gonna come around like this. And then do the same thing on the other side. And remember, we only have to draw 7 because Hank is missing an arm. So, all right, so we just have 2 left. So we're gonna have another tentacle that's draped across. Remember where we made that line earlier? So what you're gonna do is kind of at the top of, almost at the top, you're gonna make a line that's gonna curve up to the top of the tank. Let's say about right there. And then you're gonna come a little below that line and just follow that same kind of situation there. And then this one is gonna kind of swoop down and come back up. So go to this line and you're gonna kind of come down and make like a big C, and then come, if you extend your line a little bit, come somewhere in the middle of that. You're gonna swoop down and back up. And then just connect that somewhere over here. Okay, and then take this and draw it down. You can make his tentacle extend down if you want to. It doesn't really matter. I think I want to make the top of this a little bit thicker. We don't need the top of this part of the tank. However, we do want to keep that part. So we're just going to come in here and erase this back part. Let's go ahead and erase his tentacle. And again, that's gonna give us the illusion that this tentacle is dripping down in the front. We just have one more, and it's gonna be kind of in the center of where this is. Come like a little bit over from the body, and you're just gonna create this really big like wrap around C. And I would say stop somewhere about there. And then where you came up, you're gonna create like a little hole, just like a little gap, just like that. And then you're just gonna follow that down, getting a little bit closer to that line. Draw the back part of that tentacle. And then what's gonna happen is this is gonna curve into itself. Just like that. This is where he is holding Dory. So you can add Dory, you could not add Dory. All right, guys, and this is your Hank. This is a really bad, just little quick drawing of Dory. That you can go through, add tentacles, color it, what have you. If you want to look up the image, this is the image again. Just do a Google search of Hank. And then I think I'm gonna go ahead and color this in. Might do a time lapse, not sure yet. What's up, guys? It is a few days later. I did not do a time lapse of me coloring in Hank. I just didn't want the video to be too long, but I'll go ahead and show you what it looks like. Boom, there he is in all of his glory. It did take me a few days to color this guy in, so I hope you guys like the end result. If you decide to draw Hank yourself, please tag me. I would love to see your drawings. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.